Yes, this was a bad episode. What a stinker. It was a stinker, nothing to see here. This episode did not do well. What the hell? Yes, this was a bad episode. Boom, skidoo doo 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 doo. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. This episode wasn't good, but the cheese looked it. Stinker of an episode, nothing to see. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Barrel Scraping Dave.
All right, let's jump right into it. Ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls, it's your boy, Power Recapper, host with the most. Let's jump right into it. Hello, everybody. That episode wasn't good. Here's what happens. If you try to cover too many things, you water it all down, okay? There's too many bachelorettes. There's too many storylines. There's no drama. Now, I'm not saying they need to fabricate the drama. The hell went down with Logan? Will someone tell me what the hell went down? There are conspiracies online right now. Conspiracies, I say. Logan did not have COVID. Logan did something else. There's a rumor, but I don't know if I'm allowed to post about it, that would have made Virgin look bad, and it would have violated their contract to air it. Jesse's There's Been a Situation to the Guys was filmed in real time, and his COVID talk with GABBY was filmed after the producers decided which alternate story they were running with, which is why it felt so awkward and forced. If Logan actually had COVID, they would have been forced to shut down production for a quarantine. They're traveling throughout Europe. Producers are mingling between both groups of guys, and they don't separate anyone? Just one canceled cocktail party? Nah. Abby Thomason, how are you? Good to see you. How's mom life? I don't have tea. I have no tea. I know nothing of the situation. But you'd think if he had COVID, they'd have some sort of exit. Let's read what he posted. Excuse me. Good tunes, by the way. Yo, yo, here we go now. Everybody goes now. Logan didn't have the COVID-19 goes now. It's 2022. This disease has been around for 3 years, and now we're using it conveniently when we want to lie about things. Oh, sorry, I can't come to your birthday. I have COVID. Prove it. Prove it. Show me a test. Get out of my wedding because you have COVID. Unless I can see monkeypox falling off your skin, you're coming to the wedding. This year I decided to go on a reality dating show. I figured it was something new, it was an adventure, but I came out the other side with much more than an experience. I came out of this with real feelings, strong emotions, lessons learned, and a lot to be grateful for. Two very strong women gave me the opportunity to learn about myself and about relationships. Thank you for your class, your patience, and your time. Rachel, I'm sorry that I added more difficulty to an already challenging journey. That was never my intention, but it was inspiring how strong you were through it all. Gabby, thank you for taking a chance on me. The stars didn't quite align with you and but I'm a better person for knowing you. You both have shaped me into a better man and are so deserving of happiness. I know you will find it with the men you have remaining. Watching myself on Monday nights gave me a different perspective. I'll always be someone who will steer with their heart, whether it's popular or not. But in the future, I want to lead with intention and pursue with purpose. I'm ready to bring those lessons back into my life. I've struggled with my mental health since I was 12 years old, and this process was more difficult in that arena than I ever thought possible. Destructive thoughts and constant doubt are hurdles that I think everyone relates to at some point, but not everyone talks about. I want to be transparent about that part of my journey too, and I hope I can be a safe place for others who struggle with it. Acknowledging my mental health and how it affects those around me will be a priority in my life moving forward. It wasn't all roses, but I am grateful for it all. And there you have it, folks. Logan Palmer, not related to Jesse Palmer. Or are they? What do I know? Let's do a refresh here. No, it's not to say that something nefarious happened, but could it be that there was more to the story than just, having COVID? JC Miles said, yeah, Jesse wasn't specific with the guys about Logan. Very suspicious. Jen says, seems a little sus to me. They didn't test all the contestants. Gabby and Rachel should be tested. Bruce says, Bruce has a good one. Bruce has an X-Files. Hold on. Bruce says, maybe they smuggled the dominatrix gear onto the ship. And Bruce, when I read that, all I could read was dominoes. What if they smuggled some dominoes onto the ship? Wouldn't that be nice? So let's see if there's any info we can find on this. I don't know. We have 212 in the chat. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Join the community. Livestream rules. No name calling, no creeps, no spoilers, and super chats appreciated. You don't have to. They are appreciated. Let's just play some of your calls. If anyone wants to call in, you can call the voicemail line right now, 401-213-9828. All right, let's get to your voicemails. This is what we do. We play your voicemails, leave a message, less than a minute long, and talk about the episode.
Hiya, Dave. It's Jacqueline from tropical Toronto. I've gotten over my heartbreak over Nate and Gabby, but now I'm still watching the show. So is it just me, or I just feel like there's not really a connection with any of these guys, and she's got to do hometowns already? Like, how does she even... I don't see her with any of them. I think she's got a hot for some of them, but not a lifelong partner. I think, if anyone, it was Nate. But, and the other thing is, I think Jesse needs to change his outfit. He needs to start wearing a long black smock with a big black covering, big black hood, and carry a giant scythe, because he is literally, every time he shows up, it's gloom and doom. He's like, Dr. Death. Not literally,
Dr.
but
Death.
Anyway, those are my two observations this time around. And, can't wait to see how the rest of the episode goes. It's only 9:30 for me at this point. Half an hour to go. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye. Well, you didn't miss much. So here we have Celeste saying, Dave, I wholeheartedly believe that Logan did not have COVID. When something smells fishy, it might be fishy. Well, some commenters think that maybe they were in Amsterdam. Maybe he brought weed onto the cruise ship. I don't know. If he did bring weed onto the cruise ship, it's like, this isn't a big deal. It's legal. It's legal there. I don't know, folks. All right. Call the voicemail line, 401-213-9828.
Bruce from Oregon. Dave, I don't understand how next week can be hometowns. Blake Moynes has not been airdropped onto the cruise ship yet. I demand some continuity. All right, take it easy. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, it looks like Blake's going to only show up on the final episode. Spoiler. I don't know if I'm going to be here for next week's after show live stream. I have a stand-up show in North Hollywood. Layla said, is anyone else weirded out by how Jesse makes his announcement so seriously during the rose ceremony, and when he cuts off dates, it's like he personally disagrees with what he has to do? I don't know. I think that's just Jesse's way of talking. I think naturally Jesse's actually a really goofy guy, so he has to try extra hard to be serious. Well, what do I know? Moonrise says, I think Logan should have left after the way he treated Rachel. It's a shame Gabby and Rachel don't have Caitlin and Tayshia to guide them. I appreciate the opinion, but I think Logan treated Rachel perfectly fine for a guy who's, trying to figure out who he likes. Hey, this show goes by fast. Look, we just met them yesterday. They're already pumping their Palmers tomorrow. What are we going to do? Moonrise says, I think Logan had mono. Well, I think if he had mono, they would have mentioned mono. But Layla said bringing weed, that makes so much sense. I don't know. I don't expect the guys have much free time to frolic off of the ship for specifically these reasons. So it would be very hard for me to imagine that Logan's just running around buying weed, especially being from California where you can just buy weed. Weed literally falls out of the sky. Didn't you guys know that? Oh, it's raining weed. Someone brought me some weed to my stand-up show last night. Shout out to Teresa. I mean, it's everywhere. So I don't know if it would be some sort of, as someone mentioned, Euro trip moment where they're so. But then again, doesn't mean he wouldn't enjoy a little toke or two. Boy, I mean, imagine you're just stuck in your cabin all day. The cabin food isn't exactly that good, but a little of the old devil's lettuce there, and next thing you know, you'll be hitting up the old nacho bar.
Oh, Dave, this is Mimi from Pittsburgh again.
Hey, Mimi.
How are you tonight?
Good.
I had to just call before the show was over because I think that group date of Gabby's was very stupid. That's the first bad thing I had to say about the Bachelor and Bachelorette. But I just thought I'd let you know my opinion. Bye.
Mimi, your opinion is always appreciated. Let's go back to her calling it stupid.
I think that group date of Gabby's was very stupid.
Yeah, well, look, don't get tied down by the semantics there. It was a bonding moment, we could say, for sure. Did we get this one yet?
Hi, Dave Neal. It's Jacqueline from tropical Toronto. I'm not my usual happy, peppy self. This is the first time ever that I have cried like, oh my God, my heart got ripped out with Gabby sending Nate home.
Wow.
So I just wanted to share that with you and everyone because I'm sure everybody else is feeling that way too. Anyway, I'm going to watch and see how the rest of the show unfolds. I missed you, Dave. I haven't had a chance to check you out, but I'm still around. Okay, take care.
Appreciate you checking in. You got emotional from the Nate Gabby situation. Anyone else? It was a pretty, look, hey, Nate's probably they're all good. Everyone's good people. Everyone's good people. So, just because Nate might have some history that's been brought up doesn't mean he's not a good guy trying his best. Maybe this whole experience has really shown him a way to look in at the love bombing and things like that. I don't know. Danielle says weed is legal in Amsterdam. That makes less sense than COVID, in my opinion. Well, just because it's legal in Amsterdam doesn't mean it's legal on the Virgin Cruise Line. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you. COVID would be the obvious one that makes sense because you can be on a group date. You can get it pretty easily these days, trust me. But like Kayla says, if Logan had COVID, what are the chances Gabby and or none of the other guys? And it's less, to me, it's less about what are the odds no one else got it and more about what about all the protocols the show has. So clearly the show would take it more seriously if Logan got it. They have bunkmates. They're hanging out with all these people. He would have for sure exposed himself to someone else. The story just doesn't add up. All right, guys, I actually didn't realize this. We actually got a phone call from Gabby herself. Gabby called into the show right before the episode aired. I didn't get a chance to play it for you, but here you go.
Hi, Dave. This is Gabby. I was just given a call to let you know that I love your show. I hope that you love the episode tonight because me and Rachel have a lot of fun stuff planned. And so, yeah, you're the best show. Love your show. Bye.
Look at that. Can you believe that? Thank you so much. Gabby called in there. Gabby, you sound like you have a little bit of a Canadian accent that I was picking up on. I'm not really sure what that's all about, but thank you so much for calling in. We love you this season.
Hey, Dave. It's Kelly from Toronto/the DC area, otherwise known as @Defend Your Strengths. And I just wanted to comment on just the, I don't know if irony is the right word, but the flip side of the coin with which this episode objectified certain types of bodies and then perpetuated stereotypes about larger bodies. And I'd really encourage everybody to check out at Roses for Everybody and sign the petition for more body diversity in this franchise.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we've been talking about Roses for Everybody. And yeah, it was interesting. I mean, I don't exactly know which part of the show you were referencing, but you know, boy, who was it? One of the guys, was it Eric? No, someone was talking about that they lost 85 pounds. I'll be honest, a lot of these guys, Eric, Tyler, and like two other guys are all still the same person to me. I think my brain gave up. My brain's like, listen, Dave, you know all these people you're not supposed to know. We're not going to try to remember them individually. And my brain's not doing it. Denise says, I must say Gabby's date with Nate was a stressful thing. The crying alone was a mess. Yeah, because she liked him, but she knew she wasn't going to become a stepmom. I don't blame people whatsoever. I've never been in a situation where I had to choose about pursuing somebody that had a kid. Just never. It wasn't one of the things that crossed my path. But I don't know, because on one end you have to be really selfish and say, am I ready to be someone's stepmom? I mean, that's I know some people out here that jumped into the stepdad role, and it's a thankless job. I mean, it when we say baggage has a negative connotation, but it's not negative. It's just something. It's big. Now, I'm sure in hindsight, if Gabby stayed with Nate, Gabby might fall head over heels for Nate's daughter, love her, and it's totally worth it. But she's looking at it going, geez, I signed on to the show to be the Bachelorette and, maybe, wine and dine and run around as influencers. I don't know if I signed on to be mom. I mean, it's one thing to have your own kid. But anyway, like I said, it's nothing against people that would want to jump into that. But Gabby chose herself and just said, hey, this isn't going to work. Now it might be one of those things where you don't know until you enter that relationship whether or not it's strong enough. I mean, if you really love somebody and they have a kid, yeah, absolutely. But clearly the love for Nate wasn't strong enough. The tears of what could have been. That's always heart-wrenching. Hey, the voicemail line's wide open, guys. If you want to call in, 401-213-9828. We're at 278 people in the chat. I'm actually surprised there's this many people in the chat, because I'll be honest. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I thought this was one of the worst episodes I've seen in a long time. And I don't mean worst as in like awful things happen. I just found it dreadfully boring. I didn't really think there was much drama. They tried to pull some drama at the end with Tino. Like I've said before, sometimes I'll tell you what. Here's what I've learned with stand-up. Sometimes it's better to spend 10 minutes telling one long story than trying to tell multiple stories in the same time period. Because with stand-up, when you stretch the story, you start to see the details that get you invested into the story. So rather than telling a quick joke, you really stretch that out into a way where you can really get invested into the nitty-gritty. And with this season, we're having a hard time getting invested into the nitty-gritty because they can only share, 42 minutes worth of information during the show. Once you take out the pleasantries and the BS and the coming up and the previously, so they're down to 30 minutes. So they have 30 minutes or an hour, whatever it is. They don't have much time. Now you add an extra Bachelorette, you slice that time in half. They cannot, now that they've separated their storylines, you cannot tell as dynamic a story as they did beforehand, and beforehand they were already rushed. So what we might be seeing here is just a lack of investment because we don't have as much of a defined love interest happening that we at least get to see.
Hey Dave, it's Mrs. B from Hamilton, Ontario. I actually loved this episode. I know some people on Discord are saying that they weren't really into it. I was sad to see Logan and Nate go, but whatever, it's done. I just really, really, really hated Gabby's group date, that sex thing. I'm totally here for sex positivity, and I think people should be open about sex and all that shit, but on your own timeline, it just felt very forced and not natural. And did she even give them a moment to warm up to that? Holy shit, she was just asking the craziest questions. Not Gabby, the lady there. Yeah, that was my least favorite date I have ever seen on this show. Anyways, can't wait to watch the rest of your live stream. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Getting some comments. Sarah said, Gabby made the right decision with Nate. She didn't need to put herself through that, even though she would have been a great role model for the kid. First of all, thank you so much, Jen, for calling in. I got to say, the Canadians, how are you guys even watching the show? The fact we have so many Canadians just really bringing the heat, I appreciate very much.
Bruce from Oregon. Dave, I'm from Wisconsin,
Woo.
and I can tell you that using cheese to objectify dudes' shirtless, topless, oiled up, muscular bodies is an unethical use of cheese.
Yeah.
That's all I got. See ya. Bye.
I mean, look, I like a good nipple clamp and a flog once in a while, but the cheese is too far. The cheese is too far. Save the cheese. Live free or what is it? Live free, live Bree or die hard. Live and let Bree.
Hi, Dave. It's Mila from Dallas.
Hi, Mila.
I found it interesting that Nate didn't seem to try to convince Gabby that he should stay, or maybe we didn't see that part, because I think it's a bit of a leap to say being a step parent to a child that is with their father part-time is equivalent to being a mom. It's a step in that direction, but it's not like the child doesn't have a mother and she would be required to be a full-time mom. So I just thought
Sure.
she may have been putting more pressure on herself than necessary. Just thought he was going to come back or he was going to convince her. I guess I was just Team Nate.
Yeah. I hear you. I mean, look, yeah, we might not have seen that part. And of course, who's Nate to try to convince, why should he shouldn't have to sell himself. Like maybe there was other things said where she knew he wasn't the one, clearly he wasn't the one for her. But whether or not you're a full-time mom or not, I mean, it is like a dynamic that will exist. Hey, she's all batch. She's all batch. She's in the house. How you doing out there? Says, how was Logan the only one who got COVID when he was getting whipped cream licked off his nipples at the group date? Hey, she's all batch. If you guys are available and want to Skype in, let me know. If you have any conspiracies you want to share. No rush. I know I'm throwing that on you, but open invitation. Just send me a message. Actually, I don't even have my phone on me. Send me a message. Layla said, please, Dave, give us the Logan insider information ASAP on Patreon. Well, look, I don't have it right now. I specifically have not asked Logan anything about the season. I don't know if he would tell me because he kind of knows, that I'm, I don't know. I don't know what, well, look, I'll say this. If there is any truth to it not having been COVID, it's like, yo, bro, Logan, show me your antibodies. Come on, show me. Let me see them. If there's any proof that it could be something more than COVID, I'm sure we'll find out pretty soon. We got another voicemail. It's long, so let's just see what it is.
Hi, it's Beth from West Bloomfield, Michigan.
Hi.
I just want to say that I'm so disappointed in the future of the show because I don't feel like neither Gabby or Rachel have a serious love interest going into hometowns, let alone 3 love interests. It's just, I'm not feeling it. I'm worried and I don't know where the show's going to go. Thanks for listening. Bye.
You told me.
Hold on.
Okay,
What did I just miss? Sorry. I had to run into the other room. My phone was ringing. Oh, sorry about that. I caught the second half here. Let's check this again. So, the idea that the love interest isn't as far along as it should be for this point in the season is a valid one. It's valid, but like I said, it might just be that we are not getting to see the full connection there, and that might be the problem. Rachel said, I'm sex positive AF, but those over-sexual group dates are painful to watch, and I feel their secondhand embarrassment. It just gives the older conservative audience reasons to hate Gabby, too. Oh, yeah, you're talking about the flogging. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's funny how they bleeped out so much of that date when they showed it in the trailer. By the way, voicemail line is wide open, 401-213-9828. Let's see if there's any new information coming out regarding this conspiracy that Logan might not have had COVID. Someone said, could it be that they just don't care about COVID, especially the unmasked Jesse scene? I could see him being like, I had COVID 2 months ago, so I don't need a mask. The show seriously couldn't have given a better cover-up story. The whole COVID thing doesn't make sense in the slightest. I'm really hoping the truth comes out. Now this is the type of stuff I come onto the... just trying to get some info. Someone said, COVID on a cruise ship would have shut that down. You're 10,000% right. Logan wasn't, these are all rumors. Logan was in Amsterdam, didn't want to miss out on experiences. So in conclusion, space cakes. I don't know. If Logan did some weed, I don't think weed would be enough to get him kicked out unless he snuck off the boat and couldn't get back on. You know, I don't know. These are crazy thoughts. I'm not going to, I don't think that, I don't know, guys. I don't know. All right, let's see if there's any more voicemails lined up. I'm out of voicemails. Any other thoughts on the show? I know there isn't too much to cover right now. There really just isn't. Layla said it was a great ad for cheese. My mom is from another country that is known for cheese. It checked out for me. We totally have all kinds of events centered around cheese. What country is your mom from that is centered around cheese? Anastasia said everything with Logan was odd. How was he the only one to test positive for COVID? Yeah, and the fact that we didn't get to see anything from him is suspect. You know what I mean? The fact that we didn't get to see his exit, that he just sort of vanished from the show. I will say this, without giving anything away, I'm confident that Logan will continue to be a part of Bachelor Nation. So because of that, I don't think he did something wildly egregious. It could be COVID. It could just be COVID. I guess if they kept testing everyone else, you know, and no one else got it. But like people said, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to read your comments. Travis says their love language is charcuterie. All right, so we just hit 300 plus people in the chat. So if anyone's new to the chat and wants to call in, hey, let's get some first-time callers. 401-213-9828. 401-213-9828. In a second, we will jump over to check. Let's check out some Instagram memes from people. Logan with COVID, but no one else being tested or having it. Suspicious. The producer's making Logan's drink before the cocktail party. Logan showing up to the rose ceremony. If only there was a way they could have had dates and kept the cast away from people with COVID. Yeah, here's the deal. Right? Like, by the way, imagine if you're Gabby and you really think you're falling in love with Logan. You're not gonna send him home if he has COVID, you know? In fact, it might make you like him even more. Zoom cocktail party, problem solved, says Caitlin Bristow. Why didn't Jesse tell them they were all exposed to COVID? Because maybe it wasn't COVID. So there was Logan's comment. We saw that I don't like this from Tino, says Rhea. Okay, Tino, no pouting. Barstool Fran said, okay, Tino, no pouting. This is lame. He's gotten so many group date roses. I mean, okay, listen. It's gotta suck. You're in your head. They're you're opening your heart, and then, you think the other person doesn't love you. We're giving grace to Rachel. Give grace to Tino. It's a tough situation. Kate says, oof, Tino's true colors coming out right now. Oh, again, I don't buy it. So the guy has a heart. So the guy's a little jealous. He's in a group reality show. I crushed it today. I got my lines right and delivered them perfectly, yet she did not pick me. The Oscar... Okay, come on. This man made it to Gabby's top 4 with negative screen time. Yeah, that's true. Did not get much... let's see. And may or may not have compared Tino to Sean Boo.
100%. Yeah. I wanted so many times to just be like, if I choose you at the end, one, it's up to you too. You're choosing me as well. You don't have to choose me just because I'm choosing you. We should want to choose each other. But at the end of this, if I'm choosing you, it's because I genuinely want to be with you forever out of anyone. So like, take that from.
So go to therapy, therefore they are superior, and I love them and can say with 100% certainty that they will have healthy relationships in the future. All right, so Danielle says, y'all have some serious tinfoil hats on tonight. No, you're not wrong. I mean, chances are he just had COVID and they left him, but like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that we're not being told. Lots of things we're not being told. Okay. But I tell you what, enough people are searching for, someone said if he actually got COVID, it would have been a much more serious situation with a pause, at least for that day's activities. I feel like we would have heard from Reality Steve or even from some of the people who were on the cruise ship in real time back in April. I'm curious what the testing protocol was. Someone contact Zach from the Bachelor Zone pod. Yeah. All right. I mean, hey, just because it doesn't make sense doesn't mean the conspiracy is true, but it's for sure just going to be one of those things that we keep an eye on, and we'll see if there's any more working theories that make more sense to the situation. Okay, here. Trying to just... Some people are wondering about Tino and his attitude. Any thoughts on that? Any thoughts on the way Tino was taking rejection? I don't know. For me personally, like I've said, you're on a group date, you open up, you have a heart-to-heart, and then the other guy gets the rose, and you start going, geez, am I not loved? I'm trying to give you my all. I get it. Let's see what we have going on here. Yeah, real tough. We're real scraping the barrel.
Hey, Mrs. B from Hamilton again. Just with hometowns coming up, Dave, are you one of those people that thinks the order of hometowns really matters?
No.
Or are you just very whatever about it? Because I think it matters. I would not want to be third. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Bye.
Yeah, no, I don't think hometown dates. I don't think. Sarah said, Dave, do you have EA? Oh, what is EA? I don't know what EA is. Oh, Sarah said, do you have a clip from the teaser with Logan in it from last week? I'll check that out. Jen says COVID seems like a sloppy lie. Logan may have COVID, but does Logan have that swag? Oh, that's a good question. You may have COVID, but do you have that swag?
Does he have this swag?
Girl, she don't know.
Okie dokie. All right, we're all caught up on comments. I don't know if I have a clip of Logan. Why, did he say something?
Hey Dave, it's Anastasia calling in from Houston.
Hi Houston. Hi Anastasia.
This whole season so far has just seemed really off. I feel like we barely know the guys, which I feel like it's such a deficit to us, the audience, just because, I feel like we don't really know Rachel's 4 guys all the way and Gabby's 3 guys all the way. Also, everything with Logan in this episode was just off. I mean, why is it he was the only one who tested positive? I don't, just something about that seems off. I just don't understand. I would hope that the show wouldn't make something up that's serious like that with COVID. I'm just really curious, how did he catch COVID, and how did none of the other contestants and Gabby, how she didn't catch it? Anyways, bye Dave. Thank you. Yeah, I hear you. The question would be, how could the show get away if they did, how problematic of the show to use COVID as an excuse, as a scapegoat here. The other part was this. Logan posted his Instagram story
half an hour before the episode on the East Coast ended. So me personally, I didn't even know that Logan was done. I mean, this is what's so strange about it. Usually the East Coast episode ends, and then let me ask this to Rhea. I won't ask Reality Steve. We'll wait and see what comes out. We're not going to do any investigative journalism here. Reality Steve had reported for a while now that Logan left because of COVID, but there was no. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm cooking dinner, or I'm taking notes. I'm all over the place. Did we get a moment after Jesse tells the guys that Logan had a situation, and after Jesse tells Gabby Logan's got COVID? Did we have any other airtime from Logan whatsoever? We didn't have any B-roll of him leaving the ship. I mean, he has to get off the boat. They literally could film him from a mile away, wheeling himself off, and that would have been useful information. So, yeah. Reading lots of comments here. No one's really got a great theory, but there's a lot of theories, none that are really sticking right now. What might be the Logan situation? Because it's 2 years in, having I don't know the rules, the COVID rules on the cruise ship or the protocol, but they must have an airtight protocol that is, could keep him around at least long enough to get rejected. Again, I'm sounding redundant here. I'm just, I'm at a loss for words on what might have gone down.
Hey Dave, it's Laura from Northwest Indiana. Just wanted to touch on the Gabby group date as well. I got my mom into the show and she didn't like it either. She's like, yeah, I don't like that. That's just wrong. Personally, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I mean, I'm assuming they were given some kind of consent. But at the same time, maybe they felt pressure to do some things out of fear of being a little, I don't know. I don't think I can say that. Anyway, in any case, happy almost wedding day. Tell Tasha I said, hey, you're doing great. Love you, Dave. Bye.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So you had nothing wrong with the whole Gabby group date. I'm kind of with you. Like, none of this stuff bothers me. Look, a little. Sex is a part of dating, and it's a part of love life. And if they want to have a bondage scene, I mean, on the one end, you have people saying, oh, Yosef's daughter's watching. And on the other hand, you say, well, it's sex positivity. What do you want? I mean, it's sex positivity. They bleeped out every other word, but what's wrong with little, some nipple play, some clamps. Hey, come on. It's 2022. You know what I mean? So it didn't bother me, but then again,
Dave, it's Neal from Michigan. I just wanted to call and kind of comment on the whole Nate thing.
Sure.
With everything that's gone down in tonight's episode, just making me feel all the feels. I really wish he would just apologize for his past or things he's done in the past. I don't have my hopes up. His whole two sides to every story comment made me think he's gonna more try to defend himself, which I get, but I would have so much more respect if he could just, he'd be a real person. We all make mistakes. We all have a past. And if he's truly a different person, if he's truly more of the mature guy they're showing us on TV, then he would be able to face up to his mistakes and apologize. But if he just gets all defensive and tries to make it look like he didn't do anything wrong, then I'm going to feel like the guy we're seeing on TV is fake. Anyhow, I don't know, just how I feel. I just, like I say, I don't judge people for bad behavior, but can I respect you if you don't have the ability to change or own up to it? Not really. So that will be really telling. And like I say, I don't have my hopes up, but I wish you would, because then we could love him like they want us to.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it's going to be interesting to see what goes down. See you in the chat. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Mal from Michigan. Nate will address it during the Men Tell All. He might not apologize for every specific thing, but I think he will address a little bit of that. And if he doesn't maybe line item go over everything, we'll have to see if, we'll have to see what his actions are moving forward, Maybe he learned his lesson, But the fact that we haven't heard from him on social media, I totally understand that to be the Bachelor producer saying, wait a couple weeks and we'll get this on the Men's Tell All. Linda says, I don't think they'd throw the word COVID around if you didn't have it. COVID is too serious to lie about. Maybe they didn't show that they were tested. Yeah, or maybe they says, I don't know. Maybe they get tested and he had the antibodies and they use it as an excuse. I don't know. I'm not trying to be tinfoil hat, but clearly enough people just think this storyline was so odd. It could just be poor editing. Like they just scrapped the rest of the storyline. Some people said, well, maybe he got COVID while he was out and didn't make it back onto the boat, which could have been the case. I still think they would have gotten B-roll of him.
Hi, Dave. This is Susie from Tacoma, Washington.
Hi.
I called probably like a month ago about my dog being sick and then never called back with an update. Anyways, yeah, she had a blood infection, a tick-borne illness called anaplasmosis, and she was hospitalized, and it was $3,000. But, long story short, I was just thinking today, because I sew, and I sell my own designs and stuff, and I made all the money back.
Nice.
Sewing for the vet bill in the last month. And when I sew and I watch your videos, a lot of the times I don't skip the ads because I'm just on the bench doing my thing. So I just wanted to let you know I am all for that ad money, baby, and I am not an ad skipper.
Nice.
Anyways, I appreciate the show. Love what you do. I'm on the West Coast, so I haven't even watched yet, but I can't wait to watch.
Well, thank you,
Anyways, have a good night.
Susie
Bye.
in Tacoma. Let us know if we can promote the things that you sell. Let us know. Send me a DM on Instagram. But glad to hear your pup's doing better. I know those vet bills, so glad to hear they're doing better, though.
Bruce from Oregon. Dave, the Logan situation, what if Logan, he's moving between the two ladies' teams. What if he uncovered a secret room on the cruise ship that was made out of asbestos, and the cruise ship company didn't want him to blow the lid on their asbestos secret, and that's why it was his safe word, and now he's off the show. All right, that's all I got. Bye.
I like it. We're on to something here. We've got some sort of, maybe Logan's related to Nicolas Cage and he steals the Declaration of Independence, which is now on the Virgin Cruise Line, and maybe, just maybe, this is the secret to finding out the secret. Okay, yeah, all right. Well, hey, why not? If we're going to put the tinfoil hats on, we better tighten them up and go for a nice ride. All right, here. Lots of good calls. Thank you very much. Bruce.
Hi, Dave. This is Katrina from the LA area.
Oh, hey.
And two things. One, I thought this was a decent episode, actually. I don't know, maybe seeing Rachel keep it together. Nate left, which I think is good. And I don't know, I think it was interesting to see his reaction. I think he's really into Rachel. So I didn't think it was a red flag or anything how Tino reacted.
Sorry.
Freaking out, attachment panic and whatnot. And the second thing is, I do think it's possible Logan actually had COVID. I'm actually a physician in the LA area, and I've seen some very strange situations where one person in a whole group or at a whole party or a whole family will get COVID, and sometimes it just has to do with the level of immunity those other people have, etc. So it is sus, but still could be COVID.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're absolutely right. It totally could be. I mean, I'm not like a denier here. It's just the fact that they didn't address it any further, I don't know. Teresa said, my boyfriend just gave me a tiny ration of his Trader Joe's key lime pie kettle popcorn. It's amazing. I have been on a huge popcorn kick, and I told Tasha this earlier today. I was like, you know what? When I get the new Bachelor Recap Empire, I am for sure going to have like a industrial-sized popcorn maker for, all the live shows that we're going to have going on. Travis says maybe it's a new type of illness called Logan pox. Might be Logan pox here. I want to send him a message, but it kind of violates my sort of like staying out of it type of thing. You know what I mean? I feel like we're just going to let this one go. Because if it was something stranger than COVID, I think the truth is going to come out. So Sarah, our illustrious moderator, says there's some truth within this trailer. But Sarah, could you possibly tell me the time code from when to play this? Because if I play this whole trailer, when I play from YouTube, I get copyright strikes. So I'd rather not have a copyright strike. So let me know if there's a part in this trailer that, is it right here?
He never loved me.
Let me know if you can tell me exactly where, because I can only play like 5 seconds at a time. Sage says, okay, there's a lot of theories happening in the chat room on what it might be. It could just be COVID. Oh, I'm so sorry. Showing these phone numbers.
Dave, it's Mimi from Pittsburgh again.
Hey, Mimi.
And I had 2 friends that went to Italy, and the girl got COVID, and they had to stay there. They weren't allowed to get on the plane to come home for 10 days. So maybe they sent Logan to a hotel, and that's where he is, because you can't get on the plane with COVID. They test you right there at the airport. Bye.
Bye. Good point. Good point. Yeah. It could be that. I don't know. I just think we would have gotten more info. And I think Gabby would have been sad too. You know, if he was a serious contender. I mean, she clearly liked him. Where was the goodbye? No goodbye phone call, no goodbye Skype. If I was dating someone and they cut COVID, I would at least be like, hey, give me a FaceTime. Let me talk to this person.
Hello. Hi, Dave. My name is Mona. I live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I just want to say you're doing a good job.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Words of affirmations. I appreciate you. Appreciate you watching and supporting the channel.
Hi, Dave. This is Jennifer from Buffalo, New York.
Good audio.
Last week on the teaser for this trailer, there was a part that Jesse had said to Logan, now you have to pack your bags. And I think they were out in the field. Just wanted to let you know that. Bye.
Thank you so much. We are going to watch that right now. Let's see if this is what you were talking about.
With Logan. She was in tears. I feel awful. You got to pack your bags.
So that was it, huh? That was it. It doesn't make sense.
I feel awful. You got to pack your bags. Watching her kiss somebody else.
And also, how close were they? They were outside. Let's see here. Let's take a look. Oh, that's before here. So we can't tell with these close-up shots. Maybe they were farther away.
She was in tears. I feel awful. You got to pack your bags.
All right. Boy, does Jesse look younger every single time? What is this, a child? Look at this skin. This is Canada's finest. This is a good-looking guy. Okay. So anyway, that's it. That's it. We don't know. We don't know. She don't know. She don't know.
Hey, Dave, it's Karen from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. I just watched last week's preview again, and the Logan clip, Jesse says she was in tears, and Logan says, I feel horrible. And then Jesse says, pack your bags. Why was that missing from the episode tonight? I think there's a conspiracy happening. Just my opinion. Bye.
You guys are the best. I love you guys. Hey, we'll manufacture a conspiracy, sure thing.
Hey, this is Carlene from Staten Island, New York.
Hey, Staten
I have a new conspiracy. Is it just me, or there were only 4 guys laying down for that crazy nipple clamp weird stuff with GABBY? It looked to me like Jason was not on the floor. Could it be that he decided this was a little too kinky for him? Or is it just me that he was there? But it looked to me like there were only 4 guys, and there were 5 guys on the date. All right. Take care. Bye.
Very interesting. You know, let's go to The Bachelor. Now, this might be very hard to find, but there was some stuff going on there. Let's see here if we can find the photos of that date where they were laying down. We're over here on Instagram, on the Twitter here. Let's see if we can find this here. I don't know. I like where your head's at. These are good questions that are being asked. Yeah, Jason looked very, very uncomfortable. Whereas Johnny was pretty much just enjoying the ride. So yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this another guy right there? All right, so unfortunately you were wrong. There's 5. Why are they laying on a Crunchwrap Supreme? This is what the internet's made for, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 men there. All right, so that conspiracy theory is no longer. But by the way, I got to say, independent content creators like me, I get jealous when Barstool is able to do these shows. Let's just watch their show and see what they got going on. 10,000 people watching.
We can't figure out. Right?
Yeah.
It's very mysterious.
Very
mysterious. Very.
Which girl does he like? We don't know. Why did he leave? We don't know.
We don't know anything about him. He's a stranger. He's a mystery.
All we know is he dated a lot of girls in San Diego, according to girls in San Diego.
Yeah, we do know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Trent, go ahead.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice,
Forgot where I was.
Sick. Pussy in San Diego.
That was fucking dope. I'm giving my rose to Tino's bod.
Okay, that's nice.
Because, it deserves a little bit more respect.
So the whole episode is sponsored by Mattress Firm. I mean, that's impressive. It's pretty innovative right there.
For the fact that you didn't give it respect in the beginning.
I know, I made fun of it too.
Yeah, you did.
I made fun of it too.
His jeans real fitting. That's all right.
Tino's bod.
What's tough though is they've got this set. It's very much flat, I feel like this would be better if they had like a 360 where they were sitting on maybe like a love seat kind of setup, but you know what I mean? It looks like they're all like judges from The Voice, but good for them.
I think we all just gotta get used to him.
I don't know who this is on the right. That's Kelly. Who's Kelly?
Fair.
Yeah.
Fran?
I would like to give my rose to. I'm gonna give my rose to Ethan.
Oh, you love
I
Ethan.
like Ethan.
Yeah, you do.
I think he.
What's interesting
really
is that
through the show.
they're only doing
and I feel
this.
like when you do that,
They're only doing this on. Let's see if they're also streaming on YouTube or if they're only streaming on Twitter. All right, so they are streaming on YouTube.
really float.
So they have 1,300 people watching their stream on YouTube and 10,000 on Twitter. That's pretty interesting that they've got this many people there. Hey, that's a $1 billion company right there. That's for sure. So there they are doing the thing. All right, let me see what we have for voicemails. Let's bring it on home. Oh, it looks like we're done with voicemails. All right, so we're going to begin to wrap this party up. We got 350 people in the chat. The deal is there just isn't much to talk about. There isn't much to talk about. I don't want to rob you guys of your time. If you haven't, you can go check out all the extra content we've got going on. I've got videos in the Dave Neal vlog channel. The Patreon has new content. That's up patreon.com/Dave Neal. Right there, patreon.com/Dave Neal. I'll tell you what, I'll be honest. I'll send some text messages. If I get some information about Logan, you guys know I got his phone number. I'll say, is there anything I can, is there any information I can leak out? If he'll give it to me, it's going to the Patreon first. I'll just tell you guys that. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. So I'll go live with you guys in the morning regardless. But we'll have to see. Okay, let's just read in your comments. Hit the like button on the way out the door. I'm just not seeing anything of value on any of the Instagrams that would give us some sort of thought. No clues as to what might have gone down. We've already covered everything. Let's just see if BachelorNation.scoop has any new information. It just might be a dud of an episode. There just isn't much. Let's see. We've already covered all this. Nothing, guys. Absolutely nothing. All right. Well, that's going to do it for me. Definite shout out to the Patreon, to all you guys. The Patreon's been just crushing it. You guys have been so great out there, so loyal. We've been doing these 10 a.m. live streams every single day. So thank you guys so much for all that jazz you've been putting together. I really appreciate you. My dog had a blister in his foot that popped and it's draining, and we're going to go make it so he soaks in the bathtub. So it's a pretty busy night for us with the old man, the old dog boy. So that's what we're going to be doing, kind of taking care of him. I would suggest go check out the other live streams going on right now. Let's see. Let's check in with Bachelor Fantake and see if he's got anything going on here. He's still live.
Maybe it'll be him. And someone that isn't from this season, who would be in Bachelor in Paradise. Oh gosh. double season of The Bachelor with Aaron and James. I don't know. I need to remember who are the guys from all the seasons. There've been too many men. Someone from Michelle's season. I'd love to say Rodney, but it's not going to be him. They wouldn't make him the Bachelor before. Colton, no, sorry, what's his name? Clayton. Clayton 2.0. Clayton 2.0.
All right, so you guys can go check out Fan Take if you want, but I'm gonna call it quits on this. I'm gonna try to get a good night's sleep and see if we have any new content that comes out for tomorrow. I'm gonna have some updates on Reality Steve's response to the podcast that slandered him. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. I'm all done on voicemails, so it looks like that's gonna be it from me. You guys have a fantastic evening, and I will talk to y'all later. Goodbye, everybody. Hey, Manika with the $10 super chat right at the end. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Good night, Denise. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Celeste and Bruce. Anastasia. Angel will do.
Does he have like this swag?
Girl, she don't know.
Good night, everybody. Bye.
Barrel Scraping Dave.